Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Well, let's just give people a little time to come in as I browse the surroundings. I'm in what is now probably my favorite coffee shop, just because they have good coffee, Pacamara. And I'll tell you, I bought some coffee from here. I bought some espresso, had them grind it up for me, very fine, and made some coffee yesterday and this morning, and the coffee was excellent. So, very good. They have all kinds of other goodies here too, but I don't really get into that. And here the big news today is that Swenson's is opening up. Well, they've already been open, but they're opening their new. I'll show you in a moment when some people come in. I'll show you. They're opening their new setup here. They've got their little arrangement in and out. It's got it right in the middle of the mall, and then they have it next to Cafe Amazon and Pacamara. And also opening up is, what is it called? Don Ki. Don Ki, which I guess is a Japanese grocery store, which my wife is very excited to see. And I'm kind of like, I'm still going to go to Fresh Mart. Oh, you're first, Dallo. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Yeah. So she's very excited about Don Ki. And, I mean, it looks big, it looks good. It's a grocery store with some other stuff in it. You can get all kinds of stuff. So maybe it's a good place to go, I don't know. But, really, the mall for me is coffee and groceries, which maybe I'll switch over to Don Ki, I don't know. She said it's a little more expensive than Fresh Mart, which is already a little expensive compared to some other grocery stores. So, but let me show you, I'll show you the Swenson's here. This is Swenson's right now. So, supposedly, step one is the way of happiness. You make your way in. Step two is to choose your flavor, which is on the left side. And then step three is to pay. And all these girls have their new little uniforms on that says, life is like an ice cream, get it before it melts, or something like that. Is that you, Carnivore and Bob? No idea. I have no idea what you're talking about. And you got this guy taking photos here. All these Swenson people are coming in. They got all their higher-ups and, oh, on my shirt. Oh yeah, that's Bob and Carnivore, yes. It's the killer clowns from outer space. That's what it is. Which I got the shirt for I think I got it for free. I got it for free from Spencer Gifts. I haven't got my coffee yet. Today we're going to have a discussion about some of the new things here in Thailand. Thank you. Okay. Some new things that are available here in Thailand. They're not really new, but they're newer. This guy's moving around the plastic Christmas tree so he can take his photos. I don't know what they're doing. It's for their website or something. I have no idea what they're doing. This girl's taking photos with her phone. Plus they're getting their coffee. I mean, they must have 50 people from Swenson's here. Seriously. They have like 50 people here. Now I got these 3 people. You can't get out here. They just have no clue. Oh, we come into the coffee shop. Now what we'll do is we'll open up so that we can get in, even though we're not supposed to go in. It's only 9 o'clock. They don't open until 11. They don't really open until 10. It's the grand opening for Swenson's. Don Key opens on the 24th. And I don't know what they're doing here. I thought this girl was like a pretty girl or something like that. She was going to change into an outfit or something. I don't know. At least one of them. At least one moderator. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Don Key is the Japanese grocery store that they're opening up here to compete with Fresh Mart. So, why, I don't know. Everybody's whying to each other. You got the bosses, you got all kinds of people here. I come in, I wasn't the first one here today. I was surprised. Very, very surprised because I wasn't the first one. There's like 8 people here. They must be from Swenson's. Now I have my coffee right here. Is it good? Yeah, it's pretty good. Don Key. You know, they have all these people, I mean, people with papers, people, I don't know what they're doing. But they are opening up today. This is their opening day, so I don't know what the deal is. Listen, before I get started, to all those people watching, to all those people who care, do me a favor, smash the like button, subscribe, join, etc. Look down in the description, check everything out for yourself. And by watching, you help me. So, what is it, 6 more days? 27th? There you go. And 2 quarters Korean will now be 2 quarters Korean, 1 part expat. He'll be an expat. He'll be the new expat on the block. They are feverishly working away over here. They've got their little pamphlets. They're walking around signing things, writing things, taking pictures. Well, it's not Thanksgiving yet, is it? This girl's still waiting for her coffee or whatever. I don't know what's going on. We're going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about all this stuff. There you go, Parco. All for you. All for you to attempt. What I will say is it's quite good. You can't go wrong with this stuff, but you got to be careful what you get. And you know, like I said, you can get the leaves, and they're quite good. You know, they give you a nice little pick-me-up. They're all taking pictures. This is driving me nuts here. I have no peace. I have all this action, chaos going on around me. You have to be careful. And, you know, I mean, you have to be careful about the tea much more so than anything like, you know, the wacky tobacco. But I have some information about this stuff. I call it Special K because Special K is easier with YouTube. They don't demonetize Special K. So, I don't know if this mall is open or not. I have no idea now. I think they're opening. There must be, it's unbelievable. It's like a circus there. I suppose that explains the t-shirt. Gosh, everybody's giving me a hard time about this t-shirt. I didn't know it was that much of a big deal. I've had it, I got it in Florida. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. And it was free because my kids got a couple of shirts. So they said, listen, you sign up, you get our app, you can get a free shirt. I said, okay, no problem. So I signed up, got the app, got my free shirt, deleted the app. I don't care about Spencer's. I mean, Spencer's goes back to when I was living and I was in Florida and I was a kid. It's quite good there. But I didn't really care. Okay, so here's the deal. Like I said, this stuff is popping up. You find these stalls everywhere. It's not Thanksgiving now. I don't get it. Today's Tuesday. Thanksgiving starts on a Thursday. Unless I got the wrong day today. Yes. Life is like an ice cream. Before, what does it say? I can't read. She turned away. What does it say? Enjoy before it melts. That's what you have to do. That's what her t-shirt says. Life is like an ice cream. Enjoy it before it melts. Anyway. The Special K tree, which is indigenous to Thailand, has been illegal for many, many years. But the law did little to deter the users of this, who increasingly turn the traditional leaf into a sweet-tasting drink. It is used as a leaf, and it is also used in a tea. Now, you can make your own tea, if you really want, which I've done before. I just wanted to see if I could do it. It was very easy, but it is very bitter. Mitragynine in Special K leaves help boost energy levels in a similar manner to caffeine in coffee. Now, what I will say is that it's better than caffeine in coffee. That's what I'll say. You feel better. I had 3 leaves in the south of Thailand. And when I finished chewing them, I mean, they didn't taste very good. They taste like, you know, like a leaf. But they were very good. I felt really good afterwards. And Nicholas, you know, chewed a couple of them and said, oh yeah, I feel them. So we both felt them. I've also made the tea myself, and I've also bought the tea. Now, when you buy the tea, it definitely tastes better than when you make it yourself. I mean, I just haven't refined my process. I didn't want to get into it. I didn't care about it. And I just didn't want to do many things to get the tea the way that I wanted it to. Let me show you guys. We got all these people here. They're all running around doing their thing, which is good for them. So however you want to do it, you can do it. I mean, it is legal now. So, the legalization of wacky tobacco for medical purposes became effective on February 19, 2019. And the Special K tree has effectively been decriminalized since August 24, 2021. On August 26th, Thailand published the Special K Plant Act in the Government Gazette, and the law came into effect the following day with the aim of encouraging activity related to this. The act regulates the trade, sale, consumption, study, and advertising of Special K leaves, alone or as an ingredient in food in Thailand. The Plant Act also allows the sale of these leaves alone or as an ingredient in food, subject to certain conditions. Under the law, sales, including selling, dispensing, distributing, exchanging, or giving the substance to others. So it's completely legal. The law's measures pertaining to this are intended to protect people from the potential harm of consuming or misusing this particular item. Importing and exporting the leaves without obtaining a license from the Secretary General of the Narcotics Control Board is prohibited by the Act, and eligible license recipients include Thai nationals over 20 years of age and residing in Thailand, juristic persons registered under Thai law, community enterprises under the law, and government agencies. A license is valid for 5 years, and importers and exporters must still notify the NCB when importing or exporting the leaves. An exception to the licensing requirement is bringing the leaves in and out of Thailand for personal consumption, therapy, and treatment of an illness. Oh, I didn't know that. So you can bring in some leaves if it's for your own personal use. If the amount of the leaves exceeds the allowance, this transport will be considered importing or exporting, triggering the license requirement described above. It is prohibited to sell the leaves or food that contain the leaves as an ingredient to a person under 18 years of age, someone who is pregnant or breastfeeding. Okay, we know about these kind of things. Sellers must post an announcement at their place of sale, noting the prohibition on selling to these parties. Violating one of these prohibitions or not posting the required announcement or notice is punishable by a fine of up to 30,000 baht. Besides the prohibition on selling to certain parties, some locations and points of sale are also off limits. The leaves by themselves may not be sold in educational institutions, dormitories, parks, zoos, amusement parks, vending machines, or other places specified in announcements by ministers of the Ministry of Justice and the Ministry of Public Health. Violations are subject to a fine of 50,000 baht and up to twice that if the sale is to one of the prohibited parties mentioned above. Okay, let me just go on a little bit further here. Consumption is now legal following its removal from the narcotics list. It is prohibited to consume the leaves mixed with narcotic drugs, and this is very important because if you get some of the tea from these stalls, now some of them they just sell the tea. Well, they all sell the tea. If they sell the leaves, they're selling the tea because they can make money from it. But some of them have some stuff that's put off to the side, or they have little bottles of cough syrup that has codeine in it. and they can put it in the bottle, or they already have it in the bottle, something like that. So you can get some of these. Yeah, you're asking for a friend. Why do you always say that? It's so ridiculous. Of course, if you want, you can, but most people drink them separately, simply because of the difference in flavors. Let's see here. Justice Minister Samsak Tepsutin said thousands of legal cases for the possession or sale were being dropped, and 121 inmates convicted in such cases would be released immediately. Possession has been punishable by up to 2 years in prison and a fine of as much as 200,000 baht for quantities of 10 kilograms or more. That's a lot. 10 kilograms is a lot. I can tell you that in the markets, you can get the leaves for 20 baht to 35 baht. That's for 100 grams, and 100 grams is probably around, Jesus Christ, man. They're all going crazy. Let's go crazy for Swenson's. Anyway. I don't laugh at you. You don't say anything funny, really. I'm waiting for you to tell me something. Tell me a joke that's funny. You've never told me one. You've never said anything that I deem to be hilarious. I don't know what's happened to you, Gennaro. You've gone off the rails, man. Maybe since your retirement. I don't know. I have no idea what the deal is with you. Proponents of this Special K say it's not strong enough to be considered a drug, while critics warn it can cause aggressive behavior and psychotic episodes. Listen, I've never seen anybody get aggressive on this stuff, ever. Never. You're not my comic foil, you're a pain in the ass. I mean, you know, just to be honest. You ruin the stream by inserting your own thoughts about whatever it is, which is not related to the topic in any way, shape, or form. And you're a moderator, at least now you are. You're a moderator, and you do this all the time. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's not get off the track by you again. Those addicted to the Special K tea, the 4x100 as it's known, lose weight and their facial skin darkens. Withdrawal symptoms are similar to prescription painkillers, including mood swings and muscle tremors. I don't know. Maybe I didn't do enough of it. Maybe I've never done enough of it to really feel anything from it, but I've never felt any kind of withdrawal symptoms, or I've never felt anything remotely to where they could say that this is really dangerous. Never, not once. Yeah, Parco is silly too much, for sure. He doesn't understand that while we're lighthearted here, I don't always want to hear him. I don't want to hear Spanish or his German or Chinese. I don't give a shit. I don't want to hear it. Listen, you know, I had a guy yesterday comment on my video about me not shaving. And I have to say, if you're worried about me not shaving, you're thinking about too much. And the reason that I didn't shave is because the last time I shaved, I had a little rough go of it and I had some razor burns. And so I didn't want to shave over the razor burns. Now that's why I didn't shave. But why somebody has to, instead of talking about the content, or hey, thanks, hey, whatever, you know, hey, I don't like this video, you got to come in and talk about me not shaving. If I don't shave, that's up to me. I don't want to shave, I won't shave. If I want to shave, I'll shave. How difficult is that to figure out? And that's all you worry about. Unbelievable. All right, let me go on. I don't want to get off track. Good coffee. Now, and I said this quite some time ago. When this was considered a narcotic, the leaves would cost anywhere from 5 to 10 baht each. Nowadays, they cost about 1 to 1.5 baht, even less than that, depending on their size and which variety is, whether it's white, red. What is the white, red, green, and I think that's it. White veined, red veined, and green veined. So, you know, the price has gone down quite a bit. This stuff, especially the 4x100s, even though it's sold here, you can find this 4x100, you can find this kind of stuff anywhere. You go to any of these places, I mean, if I go down Happy Land 2, in the past there was one little place and they sold this stuff as tea, but they also sold weed. And I thought, oh, okay, no big deal. Then there was a guy down the street near Lat Pral, and he was selling the leaves. I didn't see him have any tea. Now he comes and goes. He's not on the road every day, but he's there. I mean, I see him all the time. Then later on, you go down farther, and there's another booth that sprouted up. And then just what really set me over the edge here, what made me think about it was then another booth popped up, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. So now you got 4 booths right on this street. At the market, you have many, let's see here, what is this? Scott, you're the best man to ever live and the hottest dad in all of Southeast Asia. What are we talking about here? I just got here. We're talking about the kind of leaves that make you feel good. Thank you for smashing the like button. So, let's see, where was I? Really? Wow. I have not heard of anybody dying. I've heard, well, I haven't really even heard of anybody who got ill from it. And, you know, there are people that are using it, and they're using it with the stuff, the cough medicine, with the codeine in it. And I haven't heard anything. Now, I suppose that if someone was truly addicted and they were using it in quantity and they were really overdoing it, like they just kept using it, then yeah, maybe it could happen. But I haven't seen it or heard of anything like that. Not at all. Seizure in his sleep apparently is a mix of, yeah, it is. I don't know. It doesn't. Never affected me. I mean, I don't use it. I haven't used it all that often, but the times that I have, no. It's nothing. It's no big deal. To me, it's no big deal. But however, like I said, you need to watch out and make sure that they're not adding the codeine in, because if they are, then that's when it gets a little dangerous. Because, you know, codeine is can be a dangerous substance. Okay, let me go on. As I said, it's big in the south of Thailand. It's big and it's getting bigger in Bangkok, but it is big in the south of Thailand, and that is because it's not barred by Islamic law. It's not an alcohol, it doesn't have alcohol in it, it's a kind of herb, and so what they do is they make this 4x100, which is the leaves, cough syrup, which is the cough syrup I'm talking about, Coca-Cola, and ice. So they basically boil the leaves, and then once it's done, they put it in ice, and then they pour all the other stuff in it, and then you get whatever you get. The act, the Special K Act of 1943, made the tree illegal. However, the ban was not just aimed at the drug's psychoactive qualities. A Senate report in November 2003 said it was first banned because the government wanted to boost tax revenue, a high portion of which came from the opium levies. So originally it was because they were taxing the opium. And so they didn't like it infringing on what they were getting from the opium. It was cheaper to use, and people would use it to wean themselves off the opium. And it's still used as a method of withdrawing from like heroin and all these other kind of drugs. All right, now what I'm thinking about is the taxes. The taxes that they can rake in from this. Colorado in the United States legalized recreational use of weed, and during the last 6 years collected over $1.6 billion. Who gives a shit? Jesus fucking Christ, who cares? Is it that important? Just tell me. I'm very happy they won. Yes, very good. Jesus Christ. It's your own personal chat room, Gennaro. I don't know what they're doing. Oh, they're setting up fake ice cream. You got it? Who cares about cricket? Americans don't care. The only ones who care are Australians. And like I said, okay, great. I'm very happy they won. They're champions. They're, We're not talking about sports right now, are we? No, we're not. We're talking about Swenson's. With Thai tourism under fire, the weed sector represents great potential growth and revenue for both local farmers and the kingdom. It also has great potential for the Special K tree. I'm surrounded. The business value could reach tens of billions of baht, which can compensate for the decline in. Now there is a decline in tobacco income stemming from the current tobacco tax structure. So they're not earning as much from tobacco taxes, so they got to make it up with the cannabis and also with the Special K. Yeah, I'd rather, listen, cricket to me is a little animal that gets eaten by spiders. I don't think any of these people actually work here. I think they all are just people here to set it up. Which opens up in about an hour and a half. I guess it's a big deal. The last time, listen, when they had this open, they closed it for a week to get this thing ready. And when it was open, the place was full every single day. Every time I walked by, the place was full. There were people sitting there eating their ice cream. So ice cream is big. Okay, so let's see here. Cannabis was made legal June 9th, 2022, and the public health ministers distributed 1 million cannabis seedlings beginning on Friday, June the 10th. I think Fire Dude left a comment yesterday saying that he has like 10 plants on his property. We had two, or it was two, and they were trying to start some other ones, but we have 2 plants on our property, which that's enough for personal use. For anybody who really wants, you know, they want to carry a satchel around with them with some leaves in it, they can do that because it puts out enough that 1 or 2 people can be satiated. Their desire for the drug can be satiated. Let's see here. Now, this is what I thought was kind of interesting. The income per rye from cannabis averages 150,000 baht per rye, far above the 23,000 baht per rye for tobacco production. So I'm wondering what the income per rye is for the Special K tree. The business value can reach, okay, I already know about this. So that's the thing. I don't know how much it's worth. I don't know what the value of this stuff is. And you know what's really funny is everybody knows about the weed. Everybody is like, oh, what are they going to do? Are they going to change the laws? Is it going to be medicinal only? What's going to happen? But you never hear people, most people in the mainstream are not talking about this tree that I'm talking about, the Special K tree. They're not talking about it. They don't care. I don't know why. I think it's just kind of one of those things that Thailand went, you know, not that many people use it, and if they do, it's not that big of a deal. All right, we'll legalize it. And I just don't think it's all that important. Now, I could be wrong, but from what I've seen, I don't think it's all that important. However, now, like I said, the stalls are popping up everywhere, and maybe they'll have, just like with the herb, they'll have stalls everywhere, and there'll be an overabundance. But I mean, you know, you can't. I don't know how they're going to get the price to drop anymore. I think the price is pretty low. I mean, you think about it. You know, I bought 20 baht the other day for the video. Yes, I bought 20 baht the other day for the video. 20 baht worth of the leaves. And the lady was like, oh, you want 100 baht? I'm like, no, I don't want. She goes, I'm just going to throw the leaves out. I'm not going to make any tea with it. Because first of all, what do I need to make tea for? I don't need to make tea. If I really want the tea, I would, you know, I would go and get myself some that's already ready-made. You know. How does it tie in with bar girls? I really don't know. I don't know, but I bet you that some of them already know about it and could probably tell you a lot more about it than you know from me. Especially if they're from the South. You know. Now, one thing that I didn't really think about, and if you think about it, it makes sense, is that the Malaysians are looking for a safe way to do their thing with regards to cannabis and also Special K, because Thailand has a habit of flip-flopping, and this could lead to the closure of the Amsterdam of Asia, just as they begin to enjoy the place. So the Malaysians come over and they want to do their thing, have their fun, and it's legal here. And then they're going to go back to Malaysia. You know, they've had their fun. They go home. Okay, everything's good here. We know it's against the law. Now, if they can't come back in and partake because it's illegal, why should they come here? They have no reason to come here if that's what they're coming here. So that's something else to think about. And they are, I think they're Thailand's top tourists, the Malaysians. I believe they are. It's a good question. Like I said, I think, well, here's the thing. I think the elders are the ones who chew the leaves. They're the ones who chew the leaves, and that's good enough for them. And the younger ones are the ones who throw in all kinds of other things. They mix, they make a mix. They make the 4x100 or whatever. And then, you know, that's their thing. I mean, I'm going to say not all of them are doing it, but I would say that the younger people, they probably like that a little bit better. And the older people can't be bothered with it. They're like, listen, I just want to work out in my field. They're tapping rubber trees or palm trees, and they don't want to get tired while they're out there, be working late at night and get tired. So they chew on the leaves. It wakes them up like a couple of cups of good coffee, like 10 cups, and they're good to go. Oh God, I don't think that they've got this in all the bars. Like everybody's, oh my God, we got to get to the Special K. They're not doing that. Like I said, this is something that the majority of people in Thailand, they don't think about, they don't partake in it, and it's just kind of an afterthought. It is an afterthought. I say quite a bit more people are engaged in the wacky tobacco than they are with this tree that I'm talking about. The opposite effect of no. I don't think so. It's a stimulant in low doses, or it's rather, what is it? It's stimulant. It's a stimulant in low doses, and then in higher doses, it's a narcotic. Like it has a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a opiate effect. It depends on the dose you're using. If you're using low doses, then you get a different effect from it. So what I would say to you guys is, if you're that interested in it, go to your local market, find it, and give it a try. Maybe you chew a couple of leaves to see what it's like, and then you get yourself some tea without the cough medicine in it, So you get the feel of that, and then you get one with the cough medicine, which is, it's very easy if you want that. And then you know from all three. I mean, it's not going to change your life unless you're like somebody who's going to get addicted to it. Then it'll change your life for the worse. It is good, yes, it's good for pain. It is a pain reliever. That's one of the things that it's really known for. And people use it, like I said, to get off of opiates. But it is a pain reliever. It helps with the pain. It's not like they add, you know, a big bottle and you're going to get completely smashed or anything. It's not like that. It's a very mellow kind of thing, and you just feel a little better. Doesn't matter which one you do, you feel better. I would have got a different viewpoint if I was in Cafe Amazon. And let's not forget that Don 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 Key is going to be opening up in 3 days. And it's a massive, well, I don't think it's as big as, it's not as big as Fresh Mart, but it's fairly large. And they have a lot of Japanese related products. I don't care about, honestly, I really don't care about the ganja. I really don't care about it. In the beginning, I thought, oh, well, this is a good thing. Okay, if it's a good thing, great. You know, I'm happy. I'm happy because people don't go to jail for an herb. That's what I'm happy about. I don't want to smoke it anymore. And actually, you know, I ate a couple brownies. You know, it's not that big of a deal. That's how I look at it. As someone we know used to say, that we all know, well, almost all of us probably, he used to say the juice is not worth the squeeze. Oh, I can't really read this. What does it say? He used to say the juice is not worth the squeeze. And to me, I just don't think it is. I can't really see what you're saying there. I can't tell if this is Daniel or if this is Sammy. And I can't see what the letters say. No. And I don't want him to, and I don't think they want to. Dowlo, you're so full of it. Jesus Christ. What are you embarrassed about? It's legal here. What's the problem? My kids don't, because what I will tell them if they ask me about it is, to me, it doesn't do anything positive for you. I guess if you got glaucoma, you got cancer, you know, or whatever, and you need it for medical reasons, then yeah, it's a good thing. Recreationally, to me, it doesn't do anything for me except make me stupid. You know, and I can do without that. And not only that, it got me in a lot of trouble when I was younger. You know. So, you know, Nicholas will, he may have a drink once in a while. He kind of limits it. Alex doesn't usually drink, but every once in a great while he'll have like a quarter of a glass of wine or something like that. And, you know, that's fine for him. He's good. He doesn't want more. He doesn't want to get drunk. He just wants it because he likes the taste, and, you know, he thinks it's okay. So. Anyway. Five minutes to 10. Everybody disappeared. Old school Thais frown upon people who smoke ganja. Yet yaba use is not taboo. Well, I can tell you that they think, in their mind, they think that if you're smoking ganja, you might be doing yaba. It might lead to someone doing yaba. The people who are on yaba, most of them, they know most people are not going to be able to help someone that's on yaba. And I know someone who uses that stuff, and quite honestly, I don't really want to be around him. You know, I don't want ever for there to be a problem because I'm with someone who has that. You know, it's illegal, and I don't want to get arrested with someone who has it. I don't want any problems. So that's why it's like I just stay away. It was great. Where's Sammy right now? Sammy was in the stream a little while ago. Alex went over there, and Alex actually did hook up with Sammy one night. They went out, had a nice time, went into the bars. They went bar hopping. And yeah, I was surprised. I mean, Alex went by himself, and he, you know, he got around himself. He used the train all by himself. He was walking all over. He did everything that was no problem for him. Which, I don't know why that kind of surprised me. But maybe it's because I just think of him as a kid. And he's not really a kid. You know, he's a young man. So he went there. He would like to go back, but I'm just not sure when he'll go back, and, you know, if and when he'll go back. Eventually, he likes Japan for whatever reason. I got no idea. I'm like, you like the Japanese girls? He's like, yeah, all right, yeah. He likes them. You know, so it's up to him. No visa. Just go there. You know, they were traveling on a U.S. Passport when we went to Europe, when we went to America, when we went to South America. They were traveling on their U.S. passport, and there was no problem. But for my wife, she had no problem going to South America because they didn't require a visa. And when we went to Europe, she had a Schengen visa. She had one of those, and it didn't expire until the end of the trip. Cross your fingers. But when we went to Ireland, she needed a visa. There was no, oh, you can just stay in the airport. No, we had to transfer from one terminal to another, and that constituted going into the country, technically. And so they wanted you to have a visa. And so since we had about 12 hours, she got the visa, and we went into town. We took a taxi into town, which wasn't that expensive. It was about $25 or something like that. And we went all over. We did as much as we could in Ireland in a fairly short period of time, and we liked it. And we had our Guinness, which we wanted to do. We wanted to have a Guinness. And Al, I think, who was it? Nicholas and I had 2 Guinnesses. Alex sipped his Guinness very slowly, and Bo had her Guinness, and it was all good. I don't really understand the concept here with the Swensons. Step 1, go the way of the happiness. Okay. Step 2, choose what you want. Step 3, pay. Isn't that what you do when you sit down? I don't know if this is only to go or what. I can't see over here to see if they have seats there for people to sit down. Anyway. Well, it bugs me to travel, which is why every time I get ready to travel, I go, I'm very comfortable where I am. And I've traveled a lot. Even before the YouTube channel, I traveled even more before the YouTube channel. Went all over the world. And, now I'm a little, I don't know what the word is, reluctant? It's not quite as fun as it used to be. Look at this. No, it's not that. It's not that I need to stay close to the restroom. I can control myself there, but it's not as fun. It's nowhere near as fun. Now, I have to say, I've been talking to a couple of guys recently. One of them is, let me think, he's about 53. The other is about 71. And the other is 85. And then there's another one, let me think, how old is he? I can't remember the guy now. We all went to Sizzler the other day. And it's enlightening to hear other foreigners talk about their future when they're in their 70s or when they're a little bit older. For me, because I have my own way of thinking and I don't want to change how I think. I'm very happy with the way that things are going. I want them to continue. And then some of these guys, I don't know, it's kind of like it's all about the Swensons. Almost everybody that comes in is going to Swensons. Yeah, I don't know. I'd just say right now, I would just say it's not quite as fun as it used to be to travel. You know, that's about the size of it. Now all these people are coming in. This place is just jam-packed, full of buyers, full of people who want to get stuff. Very good, Dowlow. It's not that I can't travel or I don't really, you know, I mean, it depends on where I'm going. It depends because of the expense. But generally, if I want to travel, I can travel. It's a matter of, do I really want to do it now? Like, it's not like it used to be where I wanted to go everywhere and take pictures and, you know, I don't want to do that as much anymore. If I go, I want to go with the wife. I want to go with my kids, you know, or whatever. My wife and my kids or something like that. It's been years. It's probably about 10 years. I don't know, it hasn't been 10 years. It's been about, Billy, didn't you and me and Scott go to, what was the name of that place? I don't remember. The Londoner or something like that. And we had a meal. I don't know if that was Christmas or Thanksgiving. So it might have been a couple of years ago. But I don't usually celebrate Thanksgiving just because, why? You know, I hate to belabor this point, but like, why do I care about America most of the time? I don't care. I really don't care. And the reason is because I'm not there. I don't care. I don't care who's voting for who. I don't care about anything, really. Unless it affects me or my family, I don't care. You know, and it's just that simple. I live here. It's not like it's not rocket science. I live here. Even though I'm not Thai, I don't live in America anymore. Yes, there are. And some of them can be pricey, some of them are not so expensive, but I mean, what are we going to do? We're going to take the whole family, oh, let's all go out for turkey. Nobody practices Thanksgiving here except the foreigners. And like, I don't really, you know, am I authentic to myself? Which means, am I authentic in the sense that while I'm still American, and I'll always be American, part of me is like, I'm living like a Thai. You see Thais come in and have coffee. Thais go and eat food in different restaurants. They eat Thai food. I still eat Thai food. But every once in a while, I want Japanese food, or I want, you know, a cheeseburger, something like that. So, yeah, is that where we went? I don't remember. I don't remember where it was. I've been to that one. I've been to Bourbon Street. I've been to the Londoner. I've been all over. Yeah, I mean, they have some turkey here, and the prices are actually ridiculous for their turkey. They're really expensive, and I saw the last year, it was something, like the turkeys were like 4,000 baht all the way up to about 8,000 baht. And I'm like, I'm gonna pay 200 bucks for a turkey? No, I don't care. I don't care. Give me a ham, whatever. Give me a pad thai. I don't care. You know. So if you're gonna live here, and I told Jono this in the beginning. I've told many people who have moved here in the beginning. I've told Bruce this. And that is, in the first couple of years, you're going to hang on. Yeah, I don't know how old that would be by the time you got here. Thank you, though. In the first few years that you're here, you're just transitioning to living here. And then, you know, after, sometimes it takes you 2 years, sometimes it takes 4 or 5 years. Then slowly you start getting into the groove. And you start thinking a little bit more like Thais. And you start thinking about what they will do in a situation or how you should handle something, as opposed to how you handle it as a foreigner. You know. And by the time you're here 10, 15 years, you're already in the system. Yes, there are. I don't know. Probably. I think it depends. I don't know. I've had stuff shipped to me before. My parents have shipped me food before. Not here, but in the United States domestically. They shipped me some fish and some like lobster and all kinds of other stuff. They just had it sent to me. This is like when I was like 18 years old. All right, look at this. I got to show you this. Look at this. This is just crazy. You got all these people here, right? And you look over. It's a big day for Swenson's. Life is like an ice cream. Enjoy it before it melts. Yeah, I don't remember how much those turkeys weighed, but, you know, honestly, I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't even think about it. Most of the time now, you can get stuff here sent to you. I mean, it could be a turkey, it could be a turducken, it could be just about anything. You can get it sent here, although you're going to have to pay the duties if it's more than, say, 50 bucks. I think that's what the rule is. If it's over $50, you have to pay the duties. So, you got to remember that. And then, you know, the other thing is maybe you can buy it here. Most places, you know, I've been looking for some shoes lately. I've been looking for a pair of Asics that's white, red, and gold, and they used to have them. Now I can't find it, but I do see them every once in a while on Shopee or Lazada, who I don't really trust for shoes, and they're half price. So I don't know if I should buy them or not. I've been thinking about it. I just haven't really given all that much thought. And then there's another pair of shoes that are New Balance, and they're like $220. But I really want the shoes, and I'm like, okay, maybe eventually I'll get the shoes. But I have not found them anywhere in Thailand. And you know, if you buy a pair of shoes and it's 220 bucks in the US, and you get it sent over here, it might be $300, $350 by the time you get it. I'm not going to pay that. $220 is a lot for a pair of shoes, for me. I mean, I look at it like it's about the most I want to spend. This is crazy. There are so many people here now. I mean, there's even more now. They just keep coming in. All these big bosses. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, if you want something, you can get it through Lazada, you can get it through Shopee, or you can get it through Amazon. I like Amazon because most of the time, anything I'm buying from Amazon is legit. I can buy it right from the company. If it's on Shopee or Lazada, I don't know. Depends on what it is. I don't want to buy any high dollar items from them because it might not be real. Might be some Chinese off-brand that they just stuck their own name on, you know. Crazy, man. It's just crazy. Crazy, crazy. Anyway. You know, that's the thing. I mean, like, 2 Quarters Korean is coming here, and if I really needed anything, I could tell him, oh, let me get this, and then you can bring it for me. You know, with most items. Hey, Jim, most items, you know, he could do that. If it's not too big or, you know, too bulky or whatever, I could do it. I don't have anything I need. Everything I need, I can either get here or I can get sent to me. If I really need it, I can get it sent from, say, Australia or whatever. Scotch fillet steak into Thailand a few times. This is like, I get to see firsthand how these large companies do like a grand opening or whatever. Now, this is not really a grand opening because it's already been open, and they had this open before. But now it's just a different style. I don't know why they're doing it this way. I have no idea why they're doing this stuff here. You go upstairs, there's stuff upstairs, and you go, oh wow, it's nice. The banks are all next to each other. The food places are all in the same place. Oh, it's so nice. The movie theater looks very nice. But you go other places and you go, what are these places? They're all over the place. You don't know where anything is. I never even heard of some of these places. You may know what it is, I don't know. Special KT. Malin's nickname for that special tree that grows on many people's land. Hello, Gennaro. Hello, Newman. Well, it's a K, and then it's an R, and it's ATOM. There you go. Very busy today. I don't know why. This lady's sitting with about 10 other people in the back. Well, Jim, what I would say is, if you look around in the markets, there's probably at least one person or two people selling it. And it's the leaves from the tree. And they make tea out of it, and then they sell the tea also, but that might not be out in the open, or it might be out in the open. Sometimes there's just a stall on the side of the road. So it could be anywhere, you know. Well, they don't call it Special K, but I spelled it out, so. It's like a weekend here. This place is so busy. Oh, God. Do you ever let up? Really, do you ever let up? Or is that all you ever think about? Jesus criminy. Maybe it's because I don't have to think about it. I'm taken care of. I don't have to think about those things. Still haven't seen it here, nor heard anyone up here reference it. Well, maybe it's not as big up in the north as it is here and down in the south, but it's very big, especially in the south. But it's getting big here. Yes, he does, Dowlow. I agree. Everywhere you look, you'll see average women. Occasionally you see one better than that. I'm not saying you need to apologize about it, but that's all you ever talk about. Jesus Christ. That and Spanish and I don't know what else. Yeah, this store is yeah, there's plenty of those too if you want them. I'm sure if that's what you want, you can get them, right? You know, they have the, what is it, Miss Elephant Thailand or something like that? I don't know about that, Jim, honestly. I don't agree. Not to be difficult, but I think when you say that, I think the guys in America will look at the women and say, oh yeah, she's good looking, she's a 7, and she's really a 5, but it's only because she's not the usual kind of girl that they find in the US. If she was like, she looked Asian and yet she spoke like an American woman, they probably wouldn't say that. A party here. I got a ringside seat. Oh, this is the minor group. I forgot about that. It's Swenson's is part of the minor group which I think is owned by that Bill Heineke guy, and he owns like Pizza Hut or something like that. He owns something else too, like 7-Elevens or whatever. I think when you go somewhere, an average chick is an average chick. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where she is, where she's from. Now, if you're into, like, let's say that you're into, how can I say this? People that look different. The average foreign woman I saw in people. That's probably because the really good-looking ones tend to go to like France, or they go to Monaco, or they go to some other area where, you know, or the ones who are really good-looking, they're not hanging out. They're hanging out in a resort where they got a private beach, you know. I don't know, but, you know, I mean, I'm looking around here and like, I would say maybe a 6. Over there, maybe a 5. Over there, maybe a 6 or 7. I don't know. Over here, I'm going to say 7. But generally, like right here, there's a whole group of young people all around me. So that's a little bit different. But if you're hanging out, if I go in the middle of the mall and I sit down, you're going to see girls and old ladies and women who are older and don't look good. I mean, you're going to see every type. I'm looking across over here. There's an old woman. Here comes a fat chick, another fat chick, another one sitting over there by herself. You know, you got to be realistic. Be honest with yourself. They may very well look better than the American women look. And I haven't really been in America for, you know, years at a time in the last 30 years. But I would say that there are some good-looking women in America as well. Now, whether you get them or not, that's a different story. I'm not talking about your skanks on Instagram. This is too chaotic for me. All right, so we know about the Special K. And, you know, it's there if you want it. That's what I'll say. It's the kind of thing that if you want to give it a try, you can. And if you like it, you get it once in a great while, you know? Don't use it all the time. You know, don't use it like coffee. It's not coffee. Now, no thank you, no thank you, no thank you. Swipe, swipe, swipe. And swipe again. There's another one. Swipe again. Well, working in the garden this morning, I noticed that a couple of Mary Jane seeds had started to grow. We had pulled all of that out last year. Well, not a problem, eh? Well, it's good they have Japanese toilets. You really want to go for the authentic Thai experience, don't you? Listen, I got some footage from yesterday's yoga class. And what I'll say is, out of everybody in that yoga class and any other yoga class I've been in, you do this move, I don't remember what it's called, but basically you put your feet, you put like your heels almost together, and your feet, the top part of your feet are pointing outwards. So it's like you're almost like you're bow-legged. And then you squat. And you go down as low as you can go. And I go to about 1 foot off of the ground. And I am the worst out of everybody in all the classes I've ever been in. Everybody else has their butt touching the ground, but not Scotty. Scotty has his butt about 9 to 12 inches off the ground. I can't go any lower. So the Thais, they know, they start when they're young, and you know, some of them are using squat toilets, some of them are just squatting whenever they want to, but I can't squat on the ground. I can't squat really low. And you know, I just can't do it. Now there are some things I do pretty well. those are in the minority. I don't do all that many little moves very well. I'm not that great at yoga, but I'm pretty big. I do the splits pretty well, the side splits. But this one particular one where you squat down, it's like all of the Thais, they do it like it's nothing. They just squat down. And they don't have a problem. Whereas me, I always have a problem. Hey, thank you very much there, Dowlo. I appreciate that. You're the first and the only. And I appreciate it. Thank you. All right, everybody has to leave here. Women in yoga class squatting to the ground. Nice visual. It is a nice visual. I will say that in every class, I probably have one or two women that is a nice looking girl. Sometimes they're really good looking and sometimes they're okay. But they all have nice bodies. Most of them have nice bodies unless they're old women, because it's very hard. I mean, like, I was watching some of the footage this morning and yesterday, and it's not easy. I was dripping sweat, and a lot of the other people, they either have just a little light film of sweat or they're not sweating at all. But me, I am dripping sweat. So I always bring a towel to wipe my face off or, you know, whatever, but it isn't easy. It isn't easy for me, and that's why I'm like, you know what, I just stick with this, I'll be fine. It's hard. And you got this guy that came in there yesterday, he was about 6'6". He wasn't very good at yoga at all, but the lady said to him, keep coming back, come once or twice a week, and you'll get better. Because he's young. He can do it. If you start out when you're 20 years old, 25 years old, you start doing that. By the time you're 35, doesn't matter if you're lifting weights, whatever you're doing. By the time you're 35, you're going to be a lot better than when you started. And the thing is I'm 61. I've been doing it 6 months. So I'm probably going to reach a ceiling pretty quickly, because there's only so much I can do at my age. You know what I mean? Well, it's not how much is yoga, it's how much is the gym. The yoga's included in the gym. They have like body combat, they have aerobics, they have all kinds of other stuff, and I don't do any of it. Sometimes I lift weights, sometimes I do the TRX, sometimes I do the Aerodyne, I do the bicycle, or I do the rowing machine, but it's you can get it for $8.99 or it's $12.99. It depends on the periods of time that you want to go. So, you know. Listen, in Montana, I don't know. What I do know is that when I went fishing on the boat, when I worked on the fishing boat, a lot of people were from Montana. And the captain of the boat said to me, listen, these guys, they're here because they don't have any other options. This is what they do. You can do whatever you want. He's like, why don't you do something else? Take your money and use it and do something else. And that's what I did. I thought about going back for another season, but it's not fun and it's not easy. And that was 28 years or so ago. So like now it'd be next to impossible. God, man, look at this. Okay, Dowlo. What are you gonna do here? I mean, really. Seriously, you got all these people here. What are you gonna do? Oh, I'm gonna go after this one. Yeah, you're gonna go after that one, and all her friends are there. And then you gotta talk to her friends. Then you got, oh my God, it'd be a hassle. Although, Gennaro, have a crack at it. You can have a crack if you want. I'm sure it'd be great fun for you. Listen, do me a favor. Like I said before, smash the like button, subscribe, join, look down in the description. There are many ways you can help me, help my channel, help me progress and do other things. I would travel to some places, possibly, depending on, you know, what kind of things I can do and where I could go. And some of the places that I can go, I don't want to go there now because they're, you know, how many times do I go to Cambodia? 70 instead of 60? You know. So I'd like to go somewhere eventually, but, you know, I don't know. Anyway, it all helps. Watching helps. Commenting helps. All this helps. I appreciate it. We're going to take another look at it. Look how, I mean, it just is just... No matter what you want, it's going to get busier and busier and busier. Maybe. I don't care about Ho Chi Minh, don't care about Hanoi. Been there, done that. And if I was going to go anywhere else in Vietnam, it would be some of the smaller, off the beaten track cities. Honestly, don't care about Ho Chi Minh. I only went there for my wife the last time. And Hanoi, I went there, basically, I wanted to go to Ha Long Bay. I went there, I did that. I wasn't really all that impressed. Yeah, just way too many tourists for me. Way too many tourists in Ho Chi Minh and in Hanoi. Way too many tourists. Everywhere you go, you're going to see groups of people. You're going to see, and I just don't want that. I know, you know, it may sound like I'm nitpicking. I don't want that here either. You know. That's why if I go somewhere, I always try to get off the beaten track at least once. I try to go somewhere where there's no people. Yangon has a lot of foreigners, but Yangon is all right, but I've been there many times. And I have to think about, well, what do I want to do when I'm there? And there's nothing really I want to do. Nothing I want to see. You know, it has to be somewhere else. It has to be some volcano in Indonesia or Papua New Guinea or wherever it is. Different than when I went before. Wow. It's really packed now. Crazy. Anyway, I thank you all for joining me. I've already been to Mandalay. Been there, done that. I took the train from Mandalay to where was it? Mandalay down to what was it? I don't know. It was. I think it was Ye, Myanmar. I went to Ye, and then from Ye I went to some other place. I forget. That's farther south. It's in southern Thailand. Then I went up and went across the border at what is it? Punam, is it Punamron? Punamron. I think that's the place. I went across the borders. Been to Singapore many times. I went to Singapore on the train. I've been there many times for boxing, but I've been there many times, and you know, this is what I mean. I don't really, you know, sorry, but I don't want to go to some of the places that I've been many times. There are some places I haven't been in quite some time, and maybe I would go back there. But I would like a new experience. That's kind of what I would like. Don't care about Gulf or South Korea. I really don't care about those places. I've been to South Korea already a couple of times. Maybe Japan. Maybe I would go to Japan, because I haven't been there in many years. So Japan sounds pretty good. Like I said, some little island in Indonesia sounds pretty good. And other than that, I would have to be outside of Southeast Asia. Anyway, I'd go to Italy. And, you know, my wife is big on Taiwan. I've been there, and although I've only been there for 2 days, she likes it there, and I guess I would go if she really wanted to, but it's another one of, Your plan is what? To visit Italy next year. Italy is nice. I'd like to go to Italy. That's the thing, I have not explored Europe. Have not tried some countries in Europe, and I would like to go to some of them. But, you know, I'll figure it out. I always do. You know, it may be in another 2 months, it may be in another 6 months. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Half the time, I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. What's today, Tuesday? Yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing. You know, I got no idea day to day. I want to go visit my grandfather's childhood home in South. Okay, they're getting ready to open up over here. They're serving all the Swenson people. They're serving them some ice cream. So I really can't believe how packed this place is. And I don't think I'm going to get any groceries today. I think I have pretty much everything I need. Yeah. So basically, from here, I just go right home. I got some things to do at home. You can't go wrong with Italy. You really can't go wrong there. You know, I've been to France, I've been to Belgium, Netherlands, been to all those places. Been to the UK. You know, where do you go when you've been many countries? Where do you go when you want somewhere new and exciting? That's the question. And you know, some might say, why don't you go to Australia? I could. It's a little too first world. I don't know. You know. North Korea. Chucky wants me to go to North Korea. He just keeps bugging me about it. I talked to him yesterday. Talked to him for about an hour. And Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not into the whole North Korea thing. I don't want to go somewhere and if I screw up, I'm going to jail. Like a screw up by, doing something. I'm too old for that, Jim. Really. I'm not going to where I'm going to get shot. I'm not doing any of this stuff anymore. Why? What do I need to do it for? You see what I do pretty much every day. And once in a while I go somewhere cool. Just got back from my little around the world trip. Just got back from a couple other trips I did in Vietnam and other places. So I do take my trips here and there every couple of months. But like, why do I need to go to Israel and worry about getting shot? Not going to happen, I could do it, say 2 years ago I would have done it. 3 years ago I would have done it. But now I don't need to. I got my photos are still in the gallery. They still sell. And, eventually I'll pick up the camera again. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. And, hopefully I'll be able to sell some of those photos that I take. But right now, I don't have to do it, so it's kind of like, why do I want to do it? It's not like I'm 25, 30 years old and I'm trying to make my way. Nobody cares. If you go over there and you get shot, nobody's going to care. You guys will be like, oh, it's too bad it happened. Sorry, he's bad. Oh, legend. Yeah, oh, he's a great YouTuber. Oh, he's so fun. Yeah, used to do great streams. But dead is dead. So I'm not in a hurry to do anything like that. Anyway, go to California and defecate on the sidewalk. Well, I could do that, but I'm not quite that gross. That's disgusting, really. When I think about that, I get disgusted. What does it say on that hat? Oh yeah, I could come with my camera here and like offer to take photos of Swenson's when it opens up. But that's not going to work. That's probably because you're in the wrong place. Go to San Francisco. Go to Oakland. I'm sure you'll see it. I don't know if they still have it, but there was a time when there was an app, and that app told you where people were actively crapping in San Francisco. Where were the places that most people were crapping? There was an app for that. Well, he can go, I understand. I understand why he wants to go. I don't want to go to those places. For what? I don't need to. I don't care about it. First of all, I don't care about that area. I cared about Hong Kong. I don't care about that area. Hong Kong is done, so I'm not going back there, right? Israel, I don't really care about that area. Let them fight. They've been fighting for thousands of years, these people. They're not going to stop. So, it makes no sense for me to do anything like that. And again, I'm not as mobile as I used to. I can't even really run. So, if I can't run and somebody's shooting at me, what am I going to do? Let me hobble away. Don't shoot. Shoot over my head. I'd be better off going to Klong Toi or going to some place in Indonesia or Malaysia, or where I'd be better off doing that kind of stuff. Anyway. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up. So, thank you very much for joining me. I do appreciate it. And even you, Parco Gennaro. Yeah, I mean, really, that kind of stuff doesn't sit with me. It doesn't affect me to where I'm like, you know what, I really got to go over there. It just doesn't do that. There's not many places that do now. I'm like, right now, I'm for me. It's all about me, me, me. Thank you. It's all about me, me, me. Am I going to be happy? Am I getting what I want? Because I don't know how much longer I'm going to be around. And I don't want to take a chance. I want to have my fun. I want to relax. I don't want to do certain things. I do want to do certain things, but I certainly don't want to get shot. Yes, and I'm very happy to be away from those kind of things. And if ever it was to come to this area, I would move away. That's what I will say. I don't think it will in my lifetime, but I could be wrong. But, you know, I'll take my little trip here and there. I'll sit here. I'll go certain places. I'll do little walkabouts once in a great while. And, you know, that's perfectly okay. Anyway. All right. Thank you. That is all. Choke me, Lel Jerk and my. Good luck and see you later. I'm Scott. I'm an American in Bangkok, and I will talk to you all later. Later, Jim.